This is ABBeE, my adventure bus beyond expectations. This video was taken in segments on our trip to the Little Missouri River, the Albert Pike recreation area. It was our first trip to make off-grid, and part of it was made after we got home while we were cleaning and making slight adjustments. He is sleeping on my lap. It's a lot of cat right there. Yes. He got in a fight with his buddy this morning and kind of tore his eye up. Well, we've driven up the road a ways to check out possible camping places. They're all off-grid because you cannot camp in the recreation area. But we've seen some cool camping spots, and we're going back down the river a little ways. And now we are climbing up and going to lose the river for a little bit. This isn't the Little Missouri, this is a tributary. I believe it's ABBeE Creek. But yeah, hopefully we'll find a place to set up. So there's a cat on a leash. And this is our home for the night. Yeah. This is ABBeE Creek, and it's getting toward evening, so we need to make supper in this beautiful. God is so good to us. You know. And there's my little cabin in the woods. Yeah, there it is. Sitting outside after dark, watching the moon through the trees. Underneath our little homemade tarp awning. Yeah. We had a good afternoon hiking and a good supper. And I think we're all, well, everybody except Mardigan is pretty done in. There's my Willow. He really went hard. And he climbed those fallen logs like a trooper. Yes, he did. He was a good boy. This is a collection of pictures I took of the moon and my dog and my husband while we sat in the dark and enjoyed the night sounds and wound down for the evening. It's a beautiful place with gorgeous night sounds, and I'm happy to be here. The frog voices are almost like people talking off in the distance. We're going to have to turn off the lights. Everything except the ground lights, which are little round lights down on the ground. And I've got one over there. There's some on the other side. They just help you not to run in things at night. Because I'm about to shut off the pretty sparkly lights. And see if I can clean my body up just a bit. Because it really has salted itself up on the trip today. It was such a beautiful hike, and it was really a nice day, and I'm really exhausted. I made a cup of Thai basil tea and drank it, and I'm beginning to feel mellow enough, and I'm going to go to the bathroom, and then I'm going to go in and change my clothes. And this is the bed when it's all made out. And as you can see, my bus becomes a bedroom. Oh, somebody's getting back into the cover. We have a screen door on the back of it. Yep. Hi, Marty. And I'm going to feed him in a little bit. But because this is not ambient space, I have to wait to feed my cat until the bed is put up. So in the daylight, this is my world. Yes. This has been a beautiful place to pull over and stop. I don't know if I'll get my feet in this water or not. I might. You can see that the sun is in the upper trees. Yeah. We are parked with a mountain to our east, and so the sun is a little late getting up. It is. Someone's had a fire pit here. They left a pretty big mess. Somebody left a little shirt sitting on the log. It would have been nice to have had the bus right down here. It's very level. There's another fire pit over here. It's full of wood. And lots of trash. We left the door open last night. It wasn't hot, but it was still quite warm. And because we'd driven the bus for a little bit, the underside of it gets warm, and you can see my screen door. Screen door unzips, so you don't have to pull it off of the sides, but seems like it gets pulled off of the sides a lot. Yeah. Hey, Willow. He says, "Don't bother me, Mom. I gotta pee." My cat and my dog both tend to stay close when we're out like this. Bringing our ice. We picked up ice because even though our refrigerator is electric, it's we're off grid, and we haven't been where the sun would just shine down on it. I don't know that it will here. And this is what it's like with the bed made up. Yeah, into couch configuration. Plenty comfy. The underbed storage holds an easy up, 2 folding chairs, lean-to tent that goes to the easy up, and the screens that go on the easy up. All of that fits underneath the bed, along with a tub that holds the wood or whatever else I want to put in it. The toolbox slides right in there, and when we start driving, there are bungees that come over and slide down so that they hold everything in place. They slide down on the other end as well. And it holds everything in place while we drive. The overhead on the bedside I made with soft side luggage so that if you pull your head up real fast, you don't crack it like you would if it was a wooden cabinet. And they unzip and hold a good amount of stuff. It's got stuff in it that I need to unpack. This one has blankets and my laundry bag, and a lot of times it'll have rain jackets in there also. And this one is probably close to empty. If it's not, well, it's got right now it's got a sail and a hammock. Yeah, that's my overhead storage above the bed. These curtains will come across and completely black that out. That's especially because we have an air conditioner that sits here, one of the tall ones, and it's just right. But that will shut off the front. If we have the air conditioning, it vents out through that window when we're using it. There's where the air conditioner sits. We used to have a window unit, but it never worked as good as we would have liked. And so a few months ago, we bought this little unit, which works much better. And then it leaves that back table open for me to work on. Another thing that I've done is to create these 2 hangers where you can put shoes when you come in the door, and you can keep flashlights and simple tools. There's my fur remover right there, and handy wipes so that they're available. I don't use that neck pillow much, but it's there. And then this one here has all the remotes in it. Since storage is a big deal, I also created a little cubby tower right here in the corner that holds stuff, goes all the way up to the top, and that's where the light switch is for the overhead light. In the back is where my refrigerator sits, plugs in. When I've got short power, there's a plug underneath this top, and this is open, so I had it open. I have silverware and utensils, that box right there, and the cleaning box go in there. It's a nice decent cabinet. The porta potty and the lights And all go down in there. All the stuff that goes to the porta potty. The camp potty slides back in. There's toilet paper that's made for a camp potty right in there. There are ground lights that go right in there in the corner. And camp potty chemicals go right in there. A bottle of spray alcohol. A mint cedar oil goes in there. These all taken care of pretty good. This slips right over there to keep the door from sliding open. My dishpan and my water jug have been drying so that they won't have any mold or bad taste or bad smells when it's time to use them again. My dishes and some of my pans and all, which are mostly metal, go right down in there. I showed you this the other day, but I didn't show them in there. And then this with my little sink that has the twist-in stopper and all of that slides right in above it. Stays right in there. And then my French press coffee pot slides right in there. And I usually have some other things fitted in there as well. My dish draining mat is right there. Like the other one, the little carabiner fits on there to keep the door from opening while you're driving. In here are dry food and some of my small appliances. And I've got some games and then a few towels and some other things up in that cabinet right there. Yeah. Up in here, more towels, handy wipes galore, bungees, the electrical cords from my jackery. Yeah. Right now my solar system's sitting in the seat. I haven't got a dedicated space for it yet. And the table turns to the side. It's a little easier to get back and forth when we have it this way, but it can also turn perpendicular. Yeah. So, up on the top, I have pet food and pet supplies. And I have more dry goods and some towels. And I have, well, I don't have sheets in there right now, but I have sheets and towels in there. And in here I have odds and ends, batteries, soap. I've got Kleenexes and handy wipes and some dryer sheets because they smell good. This is a little better look at the overhead storage. There are lights inside the cabinets if I want to plug them in. And right back there where the blue light is where they plug in. And there is a cigarette lighter plug, 12-volt plug, and another USB. Along with the power on the other side, there's a hub above the table that has 4 plug-ins and 4 USB charge ports. This seat comes down just like that seat, and you can have 2 people sitting in here. It's kind of nice. And there is a cat who's had first breakfast, but he hasn't had his second or third breakfast yet. There's my back door with the screen door in place. It zips on this side right here, and all of it can come loose. It's velcroed on. I'm letting my little refrigerator air just a little bit, and then I'm going to put it all back together. There's how the little refrigerator and the water sit for traveling. Generally the water will be put up on the top when we're stationary. This bungee comes across and hooks in here to hold it all in place. I have a little table, and it does us okay. It's I could have used another small table had I brought it along. I have a couple of small tables. Well, and I have one very small table that serves well. Yeah. Got a French press with coffee getting ready to be made to start my morning out right. I've been doing some cleaning and minor repair, and so even though we're at home, I've got the awning up because it also really shades the bus and keeps it cooler in this hot weather. I made an awning a year ago, and it was real fancy and very cool, but yeah, it didn't last or work as well as I wanted it to. The first time we had a hard storm, it had some major issues. What I got was a 12 by 16 tarp, and I'll move back here and you can see it goes over the top and it guys out on the driver's side and holds it. I've got some poles to hold it away from the windows so that the heat transfer is never right against the windows. And then it comes over the top and it pulls and guys on this side to provide a sitting area, and we can put our little lights up and one thing and another. I've got stuff hung on it right now, and that kind of pulls it fun, but Having the bamboo wind chimes hanging there is a good thing, because if you get a little rain, it pulls all of the drainage right there, and works pretty good. Some things that I tend to take along with me are this little smoker. If it's just me and my husband and maybe 1 or 2 people, you can cook about 6 burgers at a time in there, or 5 or 6 steaks in there. And then this is my gas fire pit, and it works real well. I've got some paper towels I put down there when I was cleaning earlier. This goes under the bottle and holds it, and it really is nice. We enjoy it a lot. On the back of my bus, I have a porch where you can come out the back door. My husband's been doing some work out here because we had a little snafu on that when we were on our trip. But you can come out the back door onto this porch, and then if I put my stepladder beside it, even if it's a little higher than it is here, you can step right off of it. And it works pretty good. And there is a good amount of deep storage inside of each of these. They're about 8-10 inches deep. Goes all the way down to that bottom bar there, and about 4 foot across, 2 feet wide. So it's a nice little piece of storage. Sometimes I take some of these colorful things to hang. I got a little doggy. When we're away from home, it makes a nice place to camp. And I bought a mat that I want to paint when I have the time. Right now it has a lot of grass on it, and the whole point is to keep the grass down there and not up inside of here. Hello, cat. Yeah. What you doing? He likes the bus pretty well. He doesn't like to be put in it when it's first started up because he can smell the diesel. But he likes riding in it okay, and he likes camping. He enjoys seeing all the things and doing all the stuff that is part of the camping world.